We record. Hello, you beautiful beardos, weirdos, and everything in between on the beautiful great rainbow of life. It's I, your incredible edible host, Sean Zilla, aka Sean David Timothy Murphy, the Sean of the Wandering Void, Wotan the Wizard, and of course, Boopsie. Don't ask how I got the last one. It involves way too many missing pairs of pants. Anyway, with me for what is probably not going to be exactly a mini, but it's going to be a little off-kilter episode is Thorgrim and good old Charlie.
Hello.
Now, just because we can and just because we should, we're going to react to the many weird pieces of media put out by Hanna-Barbera. Now, we're not actually going to watch these things because that would take for goddamn ever, and none of us have that amount of time. Life is so short.
Yeah, basically what's going to happen here is I have IMDb pulled up with every Hanna-Barbera production just listed, and I'm just going to rattle them off and like show the guys like the cover art for them, and we're just going to go, all right.
It's basically like when people decide, hey, you know what's be funny? Let's marathon all the weird side characters in Sonic franchise, and then they end up choking on their own vomit.
Also,
Or with a new fetish.
I think for another episode of these, what would be cool is if we would watch something called Freaks versus the Third Reich. It's on Amazon Prime.
I'm
I
intrigued.
haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either.
It's a European movie where a bunch of circus freaks with weird powers all are collectively targeted by the Third Reich. They're a part of a circus show.
Yeah.
And not the Third Reich, the freaks. And
that's a whole different kind of circus. Honk, honk, honk.
They are going to go and basically fight the Nazis with their bizarro superpowers. And you know what? I wish that we had made this movie too. Just because, damn it, a bunch of circus freaks with weird powers fighting Nazis. That's awesome.
That's why I want to review it.
Comics.
That's why I want to review it.
Well, then we'll do that. And another idea I have, and I've run this by Sean, and I think Joe's interested as well. Charlie, you let me know how this sounds to you. How you guys feel about reviewing like Actium Maximus War of the Alien Dinosaurs?
I have never heard of that, but it does sound kind of cool.
It was put out through Troma, and it is insane.
Yep. I think Diamond Hagen summed it up best with the terms Ed Wood's Dune. It's basically like, hey, what if like it's basically like, what if like some very cheap production decided to do a space opera in the vein of like Dune?
And there's a that more people had that courage.
Yeah, no, like I salute you, crazy filmmakers from Australia, I think, maybe New Zealand, somewhere in that Pacific region.
I like to think of it as Pacific White, as in the English went there and they never left.
Yep. Well, no, the English sent prisoners there and they never left.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to make weird accusations there, people of Australia, New Zealand, and Tasmania. I know you have to deal with shit.
No, I'm the one who made the accusations like, haha, you're all descended from prisoners.
Yeah, but at least they're not the English.
Okay, well, okay, you got me there.
The English prisoners. A lot of them were
England.
prisoners.
Apologize to the sixth store, my English homie. You rock. There are always going to be exceptions to the rule.
We're just being assholes because it's funny.
And because England kind of deserves it.
No, yeah. Look, we England can afford to be taken down a peg a couple times.
It's not my fault I was born on Turf Island. We are all enslaved by her, the Rowling, and the Queen, who is undead.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear what happened with King Charles?
Yeah, he got cancer.
He's got the cancer.
My God.
I mean, I have no beef with with King Charles, no
I
one.
just have my beef with monarchy in general.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
can't
I'm
you be
descended.
like, go ahead.
I said I'm descendant from the Boleyn family, so I have extra special reason to not like the monarchy.
Oh,
Listen,
that's fair.
and I'm just going to say it now. Couldn't you have just decided to be a little bit more like what the Japanese monarchy turned into, which is basically we have a nice house and we try not to start shit. Just
Yeah, but that was preceded by the Second World War.
yeah.
We people had to like tell that monarchy to look. If you do this again, we're gonna do a big other bad
If I remember
nuclear
correctly,
war.
the monarchy didn't really have as much involvement in World War II in Japan's decisions.
Yeah,
Wait,
that was
the emperor called all the shots there. I know like during like the Civil War period of Japan, the emperor had pretty much no say. Like warlords just killed each other
yeah, I think
ad nauseum. But like,
and you can make some
I
arguments regarding how much the generals of Japan were basically controlling the government with the emperor as a puppet.
yeah, I
oh,
mean what I think is like the emperor had the choice to um pull the constitution and resume absolute monarchy when the imperial government started to get set up, but he chose not to. Which, if that is true, that's probably the best move you can make in that situation. Because it's like, well, you motherfuckers voted him in, so that's not my fault. Um,
at any rate,
and
I think we're losing
But
the
yeah,
plot, fellas.
yeah.
So aside from our historical political discussion, let us now go into the many, many, many weird shows made by Hanna-Barbera, aka funny gut dog cartoon people. Now let us
Also, funny caveman cartoon people.
and caveman cartoon
Mhm.
people, indeed. Let us begin. Thorgrim?
All right, number one, the Rough and Ready show, which
I'm not gonna lie, just on the title alone, sounds like it's a gay porn.
yeah, I was gonna say it, but I thought, no, it can't be that. No, I can't not hear it now.
The Rough and Ready Show with Leather Daddy Supreme. Hey, is that a knot in there? You know it, Daddy.
You bet it's a knot in there.
Next,
Next, the Huckleberry Hound show.
let's give a nice zoom in on Huckleberry Hound for all the lovely people. Huckleberry
How do I do
Hound.
that, by the way?
Oh, fuck. Anyway, Huckleberry
Hold on,
Hound.
I'm gonna find out. Hold on, let me. Maybe you can.
The
I can just
original.
click on it.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
The
Huckleberry
original.
Hound.
Yeah, like, the original blue Southern gentleman dog who's not racist.
For all we know.
For all we know.
Wait, are we recording actual video here?
We apparently are.
Oh, okay. Well, all right then.
Let's get away before we get sued.
Quick. All right. So
Oh,
then,
that reminds me. Turns out that although you can't use the name John Carter, the entire setting of John Carter of Mars with all of its Martians, public domain.
so Barsoom's fair game.
Barsoom is fair game, along with the weird vampires from Jupiter.
Hell yeah! Next up, Quick Draw McGraw.
I always liked Quick Draw McGraw, but then again, I'm a sucker for a Hispanic donkey.
Wait, is he? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Like for a second, I was like, Quick Draw McGraw isn't it? Then I remembered. Oh right, he's got a sidekick.
Yep.
My brain got all stupid. Next up, Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy.
You know what's weird?
That
Like,
sounds.
It's
go
the
ahead.
daddy part, isn't it?
It's the daddy part.
Oh,
Admittedly, this was the 50s.
Daddy!
The
Oh,
internet has poisoned us.
Yeah,
yeah.
what's strange here is that, okay, So back in the day, Augie, Doggy, and Doggy Daddy, which I'm just gonna say AD and DD for the sake of all of our sins.
That sounds like an AC/DC cover band.
Yes, it does. Well, it's a father and son thing. But for whatever reason, they decided to change Augie Doggy's gender to female for the show.
What was it, Jellystone?
Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad change. It's just I want to know what the chain of logic was in the boardroom for it.
Well, I think they also did that with one of the Top Cat characters. They changed. They made Choo Choo a gal.
Okay, that's cool, but
They're just
then again-
supporting their transition.
Yay!
that's why
That being said,
is. But we also
that being
have
said, wait.
Jabberjaw. They changed Jabberjaw's gender. Jabberjaw gender.
I was about to say, say that 5 times fast.
I was just thinking, could I identify as a Jabberjaw?
I mean, I
I
feel like
don't
you'd have to get a
identify as
lot of very
Jabberjaw.
sharky surgery.
Hey, I can talk like Curly.
Anyway, next up, Snooper and Blabber.
Isn't that just like a weird detective thing with a cat and a mouse?
As far as I can tell, yeah.
Snoopers and Blabber. Yes, those well-known sleuths of the Hanna-Barbera screen. Snoopers and Blabber. Okay, Blabber is a terrible name because now I'm just imagining Blabber is some sort of weird slur about somebody's bladder. They have the loudest bladder in the world, Papa.
Fucking Blabber. Whoa!
Hear things swirling in there.
Just sloshed around. Anyway, the Flintstones.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. The comedy strangely holds up today.
Oh.
From the town of Bedrock, some asshole's gonna say we're gay. You jerks don't know how language has evolved over time. We were saying that we're happy like a 1950s family. Chime. I lost the plot there.
Let's be real though. You know Fred and Barney were doing it on the DL.
Listen, I know they probably had a thing back when they were in the war, because post fifth, it's the 1950s.
Yeah. So you can assume there was a caveman war of some type.
Yeah, and that they most
no.
likely, when they served together, they probably had a tender, beautiful romance, and
Well, you see, Fred and Barney were in the Navy at the time.
and that turned
They were friends
into a
of Dorothy.
lifelong friendship. Because once you've explored another man's
You can say it, but
I was trying to find a clever euphemism, but let's just say he explored Barney's coal mine.
no, his rock quarry.
Yep.
Wait, no. Fred wasn't the top. Fred's a power bottom.
Barney,
Yeah.
you gotta give me more thrust.
I'm trying, Fred, but man, your ass is so fucking fat.
Barney and
Dick
Fred
pic.
are in a gay relationship, and their wives are in a lesbian relationship, and they married each other to beat each other's beards so nobody would know.
That makes too much sense.
We need to make fellas. We need to make gay Flintstones a thing. But we gotta change the name, but still, double gay Flintstones.
Okay, is there like a weird thing like with rocks that we can say that involves gayness? 'Cause I feel like there's a pun somewhere in here.
Hold on. Give me a sec. I can think of a.
Oh, are you a member of the Rose Quartz Club?
I kind of like that. That
Oh,
works.
the Sapphic Sapphires are here.
Well, hang on. That one's too obvious. You gotta be a little sly with it because it's the early 60s.
So back in the day when they were trying to purge all the gay men from the Navy as well as a lot of the lesbians, they called it the lavender scare. So lavender's a form of purple, right? So
Yeah.
amethyst is purple.
Okay. Oh, Friends of Amethyst.
Friends of
and
Amethyst.
and
Although I
Sid-
feel like
oh,
that's
wait,
going to be.
wait,
Yeah.
wait, and because technically they're also owned by Cartoon Network, which is all under the parent ownership of WB, which is now merged with Discovery for all of our detriment. That means that technically we can have a weird crossover between them and Steven Universe.
Oh,
Well, Sean, you didn't even have to do that many steps. As soon as you said Cartoon Network, you could have just done it.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know why I went that far, but I did. And you know
It,
what?
it felt right
I
to
can
do like a
walk
6 degrees of
10
separation there.
5,000 miles, and you can walk 500 more, and I can walk 500 miles just to be the man right at your back door. Anyway,
Yogi
next.
Bear show.
You know, it's weird. I would have thought that Yogi Bear would have come out at the same time as Flintstones.
I mean, technically, because I mean, Flintstones ran from 1960 to 66, and Yogi Bear, the original one, ran from 61 to 62.
Gonna say, Yogi, I always loved as a character. Never was one for the cartoon show, but it did have such a great impact when it came to just kind of the tricks that made making TV animation possible.
Oh yeah, this is kind of where between that and Flintstones, I feel like that's where they hit their stride on like how do we make this stuff really cheap so that we can streamline the shit? Well, we'll just have repeating backgrounds, really simple movements, etc., reuse the bejesus out of stuff.
Okay, but now I'm curious. Okay, Yogi and Boo Boo, one, okay, I get that you're stealing picnic baskets, but you have to wonder what are in those some of those picnic baskets. Like, I get that some people are going to bring sandwiches, obviously, but what are you diversifying your diet, in there? Is like, what happens when you catch like, oh crap, Boo Boo, take a look at this. It's all tofurkey. Seriously, vegans? Oh, they're gonna ruin this forest, Boo Boo.
Well, all right, Boo Boo. Quick, check the next one. Looks like we got fried chicken in this one though. Oh well, all right, now we're talking.
I mean, let's all be honest. Bears are the cutest apex predator.
True,
who
true.
will eat you alive?
They're big and flute. If not friend, why friend shaped? Also, Top Cat.
Top Cat is really huge in Central South, is like just all round the bottom part of America and Central and South America. Just Mexico all the way down. Anything that speaks Spanish, for some reason, pretty into the Top Cat.
So gotcha. So it's Top Cat and Goku.
Yeah,
Where's that crossover event? Hmm?
this is not even my final form, Saiyan Menace. I'm about to go Super Saiyan. Or Super Siamese.
Close enough. Anyway, it's like Chooch, get him. Break his legs, Chooch. Also, side note, like we said earlier, in the new newish. I'm not sure like how long ago that was, or like if it's still going or not, or whatever. But in the series Jellystone, they switched Choo Choo to being a lady, and I find that funny because I feel like Choo Choo or Chooch could very easily be a euphemism for someone's vagina.
Huh.
You can all hear it now, can't you?
Yeah.
It's funny because it sounds like a word for Vazoon.
Vazoon!
Okie Wolf.
No one knows who you are, Okie Wolf. You're
No,
just
no, Hokey
another.
Wolf with the H.
No one
It
knows who
gets
you are,
better.
Hokey Wolf. No one will ever know who you are.
And his friend Dingaling.
I was about to say, it
Dingling.
gets better. He's got a sidekick named Dingaling. Folks, we're just gonna let you marinate with that one and move on to Wally Gator.
Okay, is
So yeah,
Chooch
Wally Gator, yet
is
another
Chooch
like,
the
hey, we got
purple
funny
one?
cartoon animal.
Okay, then Benny's the purple one, so Chooch is the pink one. Choo Choo.
Yes.
Okay.
I forget who the other cats in Top Cat are. I just remembered, honestly, I only remembered Top Cat and Chooch. I just like saying Chooch. It's funny.
It's a fun word.
Yeah, it is. And then we've also got Touche Turtle and Dum Dum.
You made a story, a cartoon centered around a turtle with a penchant for fencing and what I can only describe as one of those mountaineering not German Shepherd, but like what
Well,
is
like a Saint Bernard.
Saint Bernard dog. Why? What led to this combination? What just guide me through the process in the boardroom for it.
Well, you see, they already did a bunch of wolves and bears and alligators and cats and stuff. So you got to mix it up by throwing in a turtle who's a fencer and a fucking Saint Bernard or sheepdog maybe, I'm not sure. Either way,
I can almost
fuck you.
I can almost see like someone doing a weird cartoon where you just take hyper realistic like photos of each, like just one turtle with a hat riding on top of the dog's back.
I
Just
might need to do this, by the way.
it is your inspiration. Go forth and do it, my son.
Thank you, my friend.
Next we
Anyway,
have
Lippy the Lion and Hardy Har Har.
well,
They're
Hardy
just
Har
winning
Har.
with these names, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I get it. Like you got a lion and a hyena.
Yeah,
Oh,
that one clicks more. Like you've got two animals that like you've got like that have like some sort of connection.
like the people of what was the name of that West African country where Masa Musa, not Masa Musa, but no, it was Masa Musa. Trying to remember. It was the country that gave us the movie Yeelan.
Fuck, I can't remember.
Sudan, Nigeria,
No, it begins with an M.
M.
Yeah.
Mumbai? No, that's India.
Yeah, hold on.
Madagascar?
No.
No, no, hold on. What was it? Yeelan? How do you spell Yeelan?
Yelen. It means brightness.
Yeelan movie. Oh, it was two E's. Okay. Where is this from? Where fucking come on. Where is it from? Oh, it's from Mali.
Oh,
Mali.
Mali.
Malia.
Like in Mali,
Yeah.
the lion is representative in certain tribes as the highest position of society and the hyena the lowest. So, you
Makes
got,
sense.
makes sense. I always liked
Also,
hyenas though.
real quick, fellas, I will return in a moment. My chicky nuggies are here.
Chicken nuggies.
Chicken
Chicky
nugget.
nuggies. I will return
Sashimi.
in like a minute or two with nugs. Talk amongst yourselves.
I have never been able to make homemade chicken nuggets that taste proper. They always taste so goddamn soggy.
A big problem when it comes to making nuggets of any sort is that you have to make sure, well, one, you get the oil consistency right. Two, you have to make sure that the temperature of the meat is right. It becomes just a pain in the ass. I've
Mm.
actually, instead of trying to bread my own chicken, I've started actually utilizing like these like pre-breaded chicken strips that I can get in like a frozen package over at like a Trader Joe's. So if a recipe
Mm.
calls for it, even though I have to adjust my seasoning, it's a real time saver.
I've never had good luck with chicken in general.
Me, it's all about really just the time, the practice, and having a good sense of smell.
I don't know. It's just every time, it's always like it just tastes plain.
Huh. Well, if you're
I'll
ever
put a
if you're ever in California, I'll make you some chicken.
maybe you can do it better than me. I don't know. Just for whatever reason, no matter how many spices I put on that shit, it always tastes so fucking plain.
Huh. That does beg certain questions. But enough of
Like,
that.
hmm.
Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. And you know me, I'm an asexual weirdo. The only person I'm hanging out on Valentine's Day is, of course, my invisible wife, Jessica.
I'm gonna hopefully film tomorrow.
Huh? I hope to all the people listening that you get some tomorrow. And if you're not interested in getting some, may you not be bothered by all the other people who are getting some. May you
Yeah.
enjoy chocolate if that is your thing. May you enjoy some good red wine like you're a goddamn Dracula.
Ugh.
And if you're a
Oop.
cannibal, always remember, you have to make sure the human heart is properly drained of blood and that you have tenderized the meat, preferably with a hammer, and then you have to make sure it stays within a solution, mostly consisting of uh, Worcestershire sauce, soy, and just a bit of red wine. That
And never eat the brain or the spinal column.
Never eat the brain or the spinal column. This ain't National Education Day. This is Valentine's Day. You go right for the heart.
I have returned with nugs.
Exquisite. We're just about to reach something everyone knows, the Jetsons.
Ah, yes, or as we like to call it, Flintstones, but opposite.
Flintstones in space.
Nice.
The future is where we're going all the time, through time, into the future.
For that is where you and I will spend the rest of our lives. I had to channel Criswell for a second.
We all need to channel Griswold.
Anyway,
I always
I don't think there's anything much we need to say about fucking the Jetsons.
Listen, the only thing we can say about the Jetsons is that it's amazing that humanity is still reproducing after creating robots. I'm just saying, I would have expected someone to have a hot robot wife.
I was gonna say, Sean, do you want to fuck Rosie?
Not really, no.
Okay,
But I'm just saying, someone is going to have a hot husband.
that's fair.
Magilla Gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
Funny thing is, I would absolutely have a gorilla.
Yeah, I feel well. I said like a gorilla would be fun to have, says the guy who would probably get mauled by a gorilla or smacked around by one.
I mean, they're pretty docile creatures, but if you fuck with them, they will fuck with you.
Oh
So,
yeah, and
you
also
know,
they're very strong.
so don't be an
Yes.
asshole, and a gorilla will be your best friend.
Very much so.
You heard Sean, kids, climb into the gorilla enclosure at the zoo and make some new friends.
Do not get another innocent gorilla Harambe.
I know. I just realized what I said.
Well, no, because okay, so just to explain what happened with the Harambe situation, Harambe was a really young silverback gorilla, so it was like throwing a small disabled child at a teenager. Of course, the teenager's not going to know what the fuck to do. Because there's been many cases of children actually falling into the gorilla exhibit and gorillas actually protecting the child. And it's not just the female. There was like one case where a female was doing that, and another case, a male, a silverback, actually did protect the kid until the rescue units could come and help the kid.
Nice.
So
Nature
yeah,
is too
so
good for us sometimes.
Nature is
yeah,
good for us. Go kiss a giraffe.
Yeah, the only downside is just Harambe was unfortunately too young and inexperienced to know how to handle a screaming child.
Okay, we have
The
Pumpkin.
list down are now Pumpkin Puss and Mush Mouse.
I'm seeing a hillbilly cat and a hillbilly mouse doing hillbilly bullshit.
Yeah, it
It
seems like
feels like
basically
they're
like
just cats.
let's do a Tom and Jerry, but what if they were both hayseeds?
I done the product of inbreeding.
Bob
Ricochet
Burnhurt.
Rabbit and Droop Along. Johnny Quest. I fucking
Johnny
love
Quest.
Johnny Quest.
Wait, you said you love or hate?
Love.
I too love Johnny Quest.
I never watched it, so
The basic premise is that it's the 60s, and essentially imagine if Venture Bros was played entirely not for laughs, but was for real serious, yo.
Because
yeah, no.
that's where Venture Bros got the ideas from.
Yeah.
And a lot of other Hanna-Barbera cartoons, actually.
Eh, like I could just imagine, like the Dr. Z is essentially just the villain from Johnny Quest, but made much more personable.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, I forgot it was Halloween. I think I got some Maz bars.
Also, didn't he have that like wife with like the big fake titties?
Those weren't fake. She is bountiful and beautiful.
And though her mountains are majestic, her valley is barren. Oh,
Oh. Let's all be honest. We would all want to be the assistant of Dr. Z.
yeah.
I will help you get the disruptor ray.
I'd goon for him. I'd
The
goon for his
Peter.
wife too, if you know what I'm saying.
Now, if anyone here is a fan of, like, Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, the Peter Potamus show. So I gotta ask, did everyone get that thing I sent him?
Funny reference.
He's just an explorer hippopotamus with a monkey friend going places in his weird hot air balloon boat. Huh. You have an amphibious flying vehicle. Nice.
That's impressive. Also, and then I guess for whatever reason, with Hardy v. Birdman, he just became a lawyer.
You can't be a traveling vagabond, explorer, fisherman forever.
Yeah.
And now, Breezely and Sneezely, polar bear and what I can only describe as a green sailor seal.
A seal.
Green?
A polar bear eats in the wild. Polar bears eat seals.
Well,
So-
I mean, in defense of like the consistency, we also had a show where a fucking lion and a hyena were buds, and they hate each other too.
I like to believe that secretly there's like the weird, almost cannibalistic equivalent of romantic tension between the two, where he is constantly resisting the urge to eat his seal friend, but that's just somehow makes the friendship better.
What is this fucking Beastars?
Oh my god, it is fucking Beastars. All of this is Beastars.
How our furries started.
Well, yeah.
It all starts with Hanna-Barbera. Space is warped and time is bendable.
Yeah, good thing I don't look stupid at this thing.
It's them and Disney. Disney and Hanna-Barbera is the reason why we have so many goddamn furries.
Yep. And you know what? Bless the furries, because they pay artists really well.
That is true.
Yeah, they do.
Furries, I'm willing to draw your shit. Just pay me, please.
Same. Help me, please. We don't have actual heat in our house right now.
Shit, I'll draw a cartoon wolf having sex with a squirrel or something.
I think you're nuts.
I think you've got my nuts.
Oh! Sort of a weird Mordecai and Rigby situation there. Okay, Yippee Yappy and Yahooey. Apparently, our
Three Musketeer
dogs
I
who
guess.
serve the king and his royal guards. We assume the French king, since they are in the style of Three Musketeers.
Yeah, I would assume. And then we got Adamant below that.
Adamant, an atomic age superhero, an ant with all the powers of the atom.
So he can give you cancer.
Yep.
Oh no, it's sad again. All right, let's just move on. Secret Squirrel.
Secret Squirrel. It's about, well, a squirrel and his mole friend from Morocco going around and solving mysteries, crimes, all for a secret agency that eventually was revealed to be run by a water buffalo back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Chicago.
Squiddly diddly.
Okay, that just sounds terrible.
I know. It just
Hi
sounds
there,
dirty.
kids. I'm Squiddly Diddly. I'm gonna flick somebody on their nipple.
Kids, stay away from Squiddly Diddly. Why is that, sir? Well, it's in his name.
Just keeps flicking people. Like,
Now, apparently, he lives in an aquarium called Bubble Land,
oh God, that's somehow worse.
and is an
Bubbleland,
aspiring musician.
an aspiring musician on Bubbleland. Oh my God, I now know what he is.
Wait a second. I also noticed something. That's not a fucking squid. That's an octopus. You lied to me, Hanna-Barbera.
He's an octopus equivalent of Gary Glitter. Squiddly Diddly is Gary Glitter in octopus form.
Da-da-da-da. No.
Okay, next we have Precious
Precious pup.
Pup. Apparently, a cartoon features a large, mangy dog named Precious Pup and his owner, Granny Sweet. Okay, nice to see the grannies getting represented to my old ladies out there.
Yeah.
Why do they always describe a dog as mangy when it doesn't got mange? I mean, that is not a dog with mange. That's got all his fur.
Yeah, he's just shaggy.
It's just shaggy dog. Oh, look, the hillbilly bears. You know what that means?
What?
Down.
More inbreeding, more inbreeding. This keeps happening. Why? Do you live up in the mountains so damn high? There ain't no one to fuck. Aside from your sister, oh God, no.
Also, okay, so apparently they're always defending their land from invaders, shooting their rifles at anything that moves. So I can only assume that means they're constantly fighting off them goddamn revenuers.
They're fighting the IRS.
Yes.
Oh my
Also,
God, I'm just
Winston
imagining
Witch.
a present day version of this to just have a compound in Idaho.
Oh no.
Oh God, it's like David Koresh.
So anyway, Winsome Witch.
Funny thing is, I actually used to rent that as like a video thing back when I was a wee lad and there was a local video store and it was raining and cold and miserable. I don't know why, comfort food. It's just
I feel like a lot of these Hanna-Barbera cartoons are like visual comfort food.
okay, now we're getting to some interesting territory. Sinbad Jr. and his magic belt. Oh, Sinbad has a magic belt?
Yep, apparently it is. He's
Okay,
also got a parrot buddy.
we say Sinbad Jr., and my first thought is, wait, Sinbad? Not like Sinbad the sailor, but Sinbad the comedian. Oh God, Sinbad Jr. As a magic belt. Oh my God, he's got a pimp belt. Huge
So
ass.
there's a Laurel and Hardy cartoon too.
Laurel and Hardy keep showing up as cartoon characters. Oh God, remember? They actually showed up as the villains of that stupid NFT cartoon.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
That cartoon was dumb. Frankenstein Jr.
I should specify though. It was the stupid Bored Ape Yacht Club cartoon, not the other incredibly bad cartoon.
Oh God, we had two nifty cartoons.
We had two Nifties, and I don't want to call them that because that's an insult to Has Been Hotel.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles.
Okay. I get Frankenstein Jr. is just a giant flying robot in the shape of Frankenstein,
Yeah.
but what the fuck are the Impossibles?
They appear to be a separate. All right, so 3 cartoons packed into 1/2 hour. Frankenstein Jr. and then the Impossibles is a separate cartoon group. That played, I guess, is the second one of the 3 shows, and they're apparently undercover agents disguised as a rock group.
They're always disguised as a rock group.
That's one of our other Hanna-Barbera patterns.
Do they just believe that secretly all the hippies work for Uncle Sam? Like zoinks! We have to go serve the man!
Zoink, Scoob! All these bands are psyops.
Charlie is still there?
I'm still here.
Okay. Just
Space
making sure.
Ghost.
Sorry. Space Ghost.
Space Ghost!
Ghost.
You know that secretly he was just a spaceman who choked on a muffin.
Also, he had 2 teenage sidekicks and a monkey.
They always got a monkey.
Or some other critter.
True. I kind of wish for like the monkey is like the signature though. They had the same thing with like whatever the fuck his name is. With that show, the Wonder Twins.
Oh yeah.
Do you
Forget
think
what
those
I
two,
forget what their monkey's name was.
I
Was
kind
it
of
like
want to
Leap
see
or
those,
something.
I want to believe those two monkeys are cousins, and like occasionally there's a crossover and they just have like a weird brotherly like high five, like little handshake thing, like, hey man, you still working for these fucking smoothies? Don't call them that. That's racist. I can call them that. I live with them.
I know. I have many smooth friends.
Just the worst monkey racism.
Oh God damn it. Anyway, Space Cadets.
Space
With
cadets.
Kidets.
An
It's
evil
basically just
space
a bunch of
pirate
kids doing space stuff.
Excuse me. An evil space pirate schemes to steal a treasure map from a group of little kids in outer space. Okay.
Now, going with another classic comedy duo that they turned into cartoons again, Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello will have fought Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Wolfman, and Dracula, and now they fight an animation budget.
Yep, a very low one.
Oh God.
Next up,
Birdman!
I will be right back.
Sorry,
Okay.
what did you say?
He'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
The Herculoids.
I like that one too because it had funky monsters in it.
I
mean, let's look at the Herculoids for a second. We got a big stone ape dude. There's a fucking like weird dinosaur rhino that can shoot little molten rocks out of his horn. There's a dragon that shoots lightning out of his eyes and screams constantly. And then you got Gloop and Gleep.
Yeah, you got the two shape-shifting blob creatures.
Yeah. And then, of course, like the family.
And the family no one gives a fuck about.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're kind of cool because, I mean, like, they got slingshots and shit.
Well, I get that. And I know, and you have to be, it's nice to see someone who's, oh God, this is Pokemon before it was Pokemon.
Exactly. Shit. I want to sick the fucking, like, dinosaur rhino on Pikachu. Yeah. Try and dodge the fucking lava rocks, you fuck. I don't know why I'm so hostile towards that. I don't know. Anyway,
I think Pikachu's beaten God. Oh God.
Not to be confused
Shazam.
with Shazam, Kazam,
It
or
is
Captain Marvel.
the living meme. It is a cartoon about a genie named Shazam. One letter away from Shazam, one letter away from Kazam. So yeah, to all the people who swear to God they got like Mandela from a different universe where Shaq played, you know, a
No,
genie.
wait, no. Shaq did play him. People thought Sinbad played him.
A Sinbad played a genie.
Yeah,
You know, this might be the point where it all started.
this is the origin point. Also, fuck, I had something, I lost it. Never mind. Fantastic Four. Do we really need to really explain that? It's
Not
just
really.
the
It's
Fantastic.
good. It's a solid adaptation of the comics and all of its weirdness. So it's actually pretty damn good. Like it's
Yep,
solid.
yep. It's pretty much what you want from a Fantastic Four cartoon.
Speaking of which, did you ever watch that weird French anime attempt that they made back in like the mid-aughts?
I did not.
It
Oh wait, maybe I did see like little bits of it because like it. I think it showed up on Cartoon Network at one
Yeah,
point.
like the character designs are good. The animation's pretty solid. The real problem was that the writing was still kind of butt, which is the
Eh,
weird consistent problems for any attempt to try and adapt the Fantastic Four. Like, it always seems to run to the problem of somehow the Fantastic Four have caused the problem that they very well now need to solve. And I'm like, that's not good storytelling. They need to actually have a positive presence by their, doing shit alone, you know?
Oh,
They can't
hi again, Charlie.
they can't
Hello.
be they can't be alcohol in the Simpsons universe, the cause of and solution to all of life's
All
problems.
of life's problems.
They gotta just be the solution sometimes.
Well, if
Haha.
Richards wasn't such a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Always proving Doctor Doom right. Anyway, Moby Dick and Mighty Mightor.
My tour.
Now, keep in mind, this is another one of those shows where it's like two separate cartoons mashed together. And I don't mean like mashed together and like we edited these two together so it's one story. I mean like you get a Mightor cartoon and then you get a Moby Dick cartoon.
This was weirdly common back in the day.
Yeah, especially with
Mm.
Hanna-Barbera. Because then you could just make a bunch of like really small cartoons and then just kind of put them together to fill time.
And for some reason, Moby Dick is now a friendly whale and a pet of a young orphans Tom and Tub. Okay, I don't want to imagine how you end
Tubbs
up
the
with the
fat
name
one.
Tub. Tub is the fat one. We always understood that.
In other words, you get it. It's funny because he's chubby. All right.
He looks like a floater.
Anyway, I prefer the Mighty Mightor. Big shock to anyone who's been listening to the show for a while because, oh, look, it's a caveman, but he's got superpowers and he fights dinosaurs.
At the dawn of civilization, there was a caveman who was a superhero. He was Captain Caveman. My tour.
God, they had at least two caveman superheroes.
Both had magic clubs too. Although, to be fair, Captain Caveman had a club that was also like Batman's utility belt.
Yeah, true. Also, so it says Samson Goliath, but they got the wrong one here because this one says Sean Colgan owns Belfast's third biggest party hire company. He's also killed 16 people for the IRA. I don't think that's
Oh my God, they really fucked this up.
I kind of want to see a Hanna-Barbera version of this.
Okay, God, that's like, I'm sorry, but I killed a bunch of people for the IRA. But how are we going to be able to get the Johnson party to work? We are short a caterer.
And then it cuts to one of his flashbacks, and he hits him with he hits somebody with like a billy club or something. But it makes that sproying noise when he clubs him to death.
God, I kind of want to see this now.
It's like that fucking one version of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from Australia, where it's still cartoony, but it's still also clear that he kills people.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Anyway, the
Although now
banana
I'm just
splits.
imagining Jekyll actually got sent over to Australia as like punishment as Hyde, but for some reason Hyde is and Jekyll are both like cool with no, this is Australia. I have a big piece of beachfront property and I'm the only chemist here. I am God here because I can make drugs from the wildlife.
Plus, I mean, god damn, it's kind of nice to have sun.
Oh God, imagine him just like, I used my formula. Now I have a giant platypus and I have conquered this continent.
And then the Road Warrior happened. Anyway, the banana splits.
Moving on.
Not to be confused with the horror movie about the same thing. This is where the horror movie came from, is because that whole thing of like, ha ha ha, it's funny because we took this one childhood thing, but we made it edgy and scary? Question mark.
The banana splits were always possibly the most 70s thing to ever send 70s.
Which is kind of ironic because it was late 60s into 1970.
Well, oh my God, they were
So like let's put it this way, it probably set the tone. I mean, and keep in mind it's partially also put together by Sid and Marty Krofft. So yeah, no, that tracks.
okay. Next, we got Arabian Nights, spelled with a K. A fugitive Arabian prince fights his villainous usurpers as the leader of a special team of adventurers. Okay,
So it's like a Sentai team, but like Arabian Nights themed.
I was going to say it's like that, but it's also, I guess, the A team.
Well, yeah, there's A in Arabian.
Well,
Ba 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 ba
which
ba
means
ba
the big
ba.
guy who's flexing has to be Baracus.
Oh yeah, no, like what are you gonna do? Not have the buffest guy play BA, basically fill in for BA Baracus?
I feel like I've seen that one before.
You very well might have. There's gonna be a lot of these where we're gonna like scroll through and go like, "Fuck, I've seen that one before." Not the case with Micro Ventures. I have never heard of this one.
In each episode, Professor Carter and his two teenage kids, Mike and Jill, use a shrink ray machine to shrink themselves and their dune buggy. Why do they
Oh,
always
hey, look, another constant of Hanna-Barbera. They love
Dune
dune buggies too for some reason.
the miniature size to explore and experience the world from the perspective of an insect? Okay.
Honey, I Shrunk the Dune Buggy.
That, unless you are Miss Frizzle, this sounds pretty lame.
Yeah.
I want the extremely spunky lesbian to teach me science with her lizard and shapeshifting bus.
90s were a wild time.
These were a wild time, yeah.
Yeah. That being
I
said,
want
like,
the Time Lord to teach me shit.
God, you're right. No, yeah, okay. Miss Frizzle's just a Time Lord.
Miss Frizzle is just a lesbian Time Lord.
Yep.
Is there even a distinction there since they can just be whatever?
I think they just go with Time Lord because that's just
No, I'm saying like
They
can
can
you
be
really call a
whatever,
Time Lord a lesbian?
like they can be whatever gender or species they need to be.
Yeah, exactly. Does it still count, or does it like is it just a case by case basis? Like I'm a lesbian now.
I think it's a case by case basis.
Okay, that's fair.
That makes sense. It scans. The Adventures of Gulliver. Of course, he's got a big fluffy yellow dog.
Yeah.
And
Got a bunch
apparently
of
all the
tiny friends.
all his Lilliput friends are actually of a reasonable size.
Yeah, like the size of
Ruby's
an
guy
action figure.
is about as tall as his head, so not as small as the original.
Also, look at his big dumb face.
Just nothing going on upstairs. Like
There's not a thought in that
Ooh.
fucking skull of his.
just two brain cells dying of loneliness a continent apart.
You look me in the eye and tell me there's anything going on up there.
Scrolling down, the new
New
adventure.
Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
And you know what the new adventure is? Post slavery.
Well, at least it's over.
Yeah. Now we got to navigate the South as it deals with both racism and freed black people and having been had its ass kicked during the Civil War.
Wait,
Run
I'm
away. Run
gonna
away.
make this connection really bad. The wacky race is
Ah, so the Merovingians.
uh,
The Merovingians are a made-up race.
okay.
Funny thing is, they were basically supposed to be a weird ethnic Native American group that had like weird mutant black magic qualities that was part of weird Appalachian folklore.
Huh. Here.
Yeah, they actually get mentioned in Hellboy's story.
Oh, okay.
They're supposed to be like, yeah, they were descended from Roanoke Indians and settlers after they got their asses stolen by the devil.
This sounds almost like like Robert E. Howard's picks from like the Conan books, but with extra steps.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah. Anyway, wacky races. If you're familiar with it, then you know exactly what's going on. If you're not, it's basically, hey, let's do a crossover with a bunch of our Hanna-Barbera characters, and we'll have them like race each other in like a cannonball run type thing.
To be fair,
Mario Kart.
like
Yeah, pretty much.
like
Proto
most,
Mario Kart.
yeah, most of these characters here were kind of original to the show.
Oh, really? I did not
Kind
know that.
Oh yeah. Like we're having gotten to where Penelope Pitstop gets her own show with the Anthill Mob.
Now we have.
Now we have.
Oh, and then below that, Dick Dastardly and Muttley and the Flying Machines.
And he gets his ass handed to him by a carrier pigeon. You get your ass handed to you by World War One level information traveling.
Well, I mean, in all due fairness, he's also in a World War One ass biplane,
Point. You're right there.
and
And
also
now,
Chattanooga cats. Yet another redneck hillbilly family, but this time instead of bears, they're cats.
no, they're Southern beatnik cats, meaning that y'all ever talk about, how the paradigm of society is just shifting all around you. Now pass me that good hash. That is some good shit.
I don't
Now,
know if you can
tell
hear me
you.
snapping my fingers.
So basically, you have Southern accents spouting weird and wacky takes on social issues.
Yep. And apparently there was also a around the world in why 79 days?
Because it's one less than 80. They're trying to beat Phineas Fogg.
Gonna fucking up the ante, bro.
It tells the adventures of balloonist Phineas. How do you get the title of professional balloonist? Do you have to go to ballooning school, or you just I have a big balloon now, I'm a balloonist?
So I have a balloon. It's like maybe good question. We'll have to ask someone someday. It's the wolf.
Okay, I get it. This is essentially the Hanna-Barbera equivalent of that thing with the sheepdog, the wolf and the sheepdog.
Yeah.
They just clock in. It's like, oh, morning, Fred. Morning, Tom.
So we may have to make this a two-parter because we are still in like the late 60s, early 70s, and there's a lot more of these to go.
We will do what we can because we must. Now
Okay.
let's go and fuck you, Elon Musk. That's not really a rhyme, but it sounds very close.
Something Donnie Most.
Thank you. Donnie
Most.
Motor Mouse and AutoCat. Okay, when I say AutoCat, we all thought of AutoCAD, right?
Oh, honestly, what I thought of is I was just imagining like a cat themed Autobot from Transformers or something.
Autocot. Autocot.
Oh,
AutoCAD.
no, that one's like a crappy bed themed Autobot.
I'm an Autobot from IKEA.
No, it's worse. It's like it's one of those
oh,
crappy beds you get in the military.
no. The Autobot is member of the Swedish branch of the Transformers. They're all from an IKEA. Autobots transforming. Oh God, I forgot the Sklipperhuden. I can't move my knee without the Sklipperhuden.
Da, 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 da.
They have to fight the they have to fight the Decepticons from Norway, but they're all out of date and old as shit, just World War II piece of equipment.
Oh, I kind of want to see that. It actually sounds kind of cool because it'd be all like covered in rivets and shit.
Yeah. They'd all
Also,
be
Scooby
just
Doo, where are
complaining
you?
like, I fought Nazis, you son of a bitch. Why am I the bad guy?
I don't know, man, because we already picked the good guys to be from the other well-known Nordic. Anyway, Scooby Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Do we really have to explain jack shit for Scooby Doo? There's constantly new Scooby Doo shit. I think everyone's pretty well acquainted with Scooby
It's
Doo.
Scooby Doo.
It is Scooby-Doo. It is an iconic thing. And I'm going to say it, it's probably the most American format of a cartoon there's ever been.
Because it's so cheap and so I don't know. Anyway,
No, but before we continue, I actually was trying to think of, okay, if you really wanted to do a loving send up to like the formula, and you could with like 5 people and a bag full of hope to make that thing, you could like try your hand at making your own Hanna-Barbera style little Scooby-Doo-esque show in the old school 1960 to 1970, 1969 to 78 style.
I mean, we could probably actually do that. I think we know enough people to, fill a voice cast. We know enough people that can do basic rudimentary animation at minimum.
True. What's funny though is you'd have to not avoid meta as much as possible. You'd just have to play with it ridiculously straight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, okay, so how would we do it? You'd have to do 2 versions. One, the thing that's obviously meant for kids, and the one that's obviously meant for adults.
All right, so fellas, since I guess this is where we're taking the episode now. What would our Scooby Doo knockoff be? All right, first we need anywhere from like 2 to 4 human characters, one goofy mascot, and potentially a vehicle. But though the vehicle can potentially also be the goofy talking mascot.
Okay, that begs a certain question. 2, really. 1, do they have to be a rock band?
They don't have to, but it helps.
Okay. 2, okay. So, okay. Do you want them to actually deal with the supernatural, or does it always have to be some guy in a mask?
You know what? Let's make it 50-50 to keep everyone on their toes.
Okay, we're going into Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Got it.
Yeah.
Charlie, what do you think?
I think it should be supernatural. I don't see enough like actual supernatural cartoon shows. So, like Ghostbusters, there'd be like Ghostbusters.
Okay, let's go full supernatural.
Okay, yeah, full hocus pocus, gotcha.
But I want them to occasionally be like, can you solve the haunting? Well, we'd love to help, man, but our equipment says this place ain't haunted. Oh my God, we may be the first paranormal investigators who actually have a paranormal investigation show to say, nah, this crap ain't haunting.
Nah, this one isn't haunted. You just got a guy in a mask. You
Like,
just got some asshole trying to steal your inheritance money or something.
okay, animal sidekick. This is the
Doesn't
one.
have to be an animal necessarily.
Doesn't have to be an animal. It could be a haunted car, even though that's going to be very your mother the car.
Wait, I got it.
Go ahead.
Okay. The mascot is also the car or vehicle or whatever. But circling backwards to something we said earlier, the it's a transformer basically.
Should
We're
we
getting
call
into
it,
Power Rangers.
could we call it like okay, does that mean it's a robot or does that mean that there's like a ghost possessing it that can change its shape?
Both.
Okay, so we
It's a
built
transforming vehicle robot that was originally intended to be like a rescue like thing to be piloted, but instead, they run into the ghost of the scientist who made it, and he inhabits it.
we name it the Frankentank.
Ooh.
And his mortal nemesis is the scientific rival who created the Black Lagoon buggy.
Wait, hold on. Okay. No. It can't be. It can't. No, it's got to be. It's got to be a Dracula thing because that's the common thing.
Cadillacula.
Ooh, that's good. And okay.
And
So
Cadillacula keeps insisting, what's wrong with my paint job? It's pink. What's wrong with being a pink Cadillac? Nothing.
if it's good enough for Bruce Springsteen, it's good enough for you.
Okay, what's our male to female ratio?
I'm gonna say 50-50.
Okay, 2 girls, 2 dudes.
One cub.
Okay, Charlie, you're our dude
Yeah.
expert.
Yes.
What kind of dudes for maximum fan engagement?
Hmm.
We should
I
probably have
think-
one himbo, right?
Yeah.
We definitely want himbo. And then shot or our other one's definitely going to be skinny.
Got it. Sassy twink.
Sassy twink, yeah. But it could
Oh,
be
my
a toss.
stars! Oh, wait, sassy Southern twink?
Ooh, yes. Actually, hold on. Let me write this down.
I will make a cover art for this thing in the style of Hanna-Barbera.
Hell yeah. Okay, let me write some of this stuff down. All right. Frankentank. Haunted robot. And also our team of young crime fighters is also in a rock band.
Could they
But
be
it's a rockabilly band. No, wait. It's a psycho. No, wait. Yeah, it's a psychobilly band, basically.
himbo, Southern twink?
Now for our gals.
I
Okay.
think one of them should be a lesbian, but not like a Velma lesbian, but a muscle mommy lesbian.
Yes. Okay, himbo, Dixie twink.
Muscle mommy lesbian.
Yes.
So that leaves the last girl. So would she be straight, pan, asexual?
I think she should be asexual, but she should be like the most femme girl you've ever seen, like a Lolita style. But like
No,
she's
gothic
like,
Lolita ace gal.
yeah, who is
Also, a little.
also
Can we give her a little splash of nerd, or is that too much at this point?
Well, I mean,
No,
like,
I
I
think
feel like that
geek.
kind of comes to the territory.
Yeah, kind of more geeky. But I also feel like she should have like a secret like psychotic side, like where she turns into like Nifty from Has Been Hotel. Where she's like, yeah, stab stab.
Okay, that just
Asterisk Yandere, right?
Yep. Now we just need to figure out a title for this thing.
Well, yeah, we already got it. Frankentank and wait a minute. We need to think of a band name for the band.
Hmm.
The Frankentank and Sesbian Lex.
No, wait. Frankentank and the Spookies.
Okay, and the Spookies. I love it. Oh God, I can even imagine what the first. Oh, this. Okay, I know this. I said this might be going against my own meta here.
Just let the ideas flow.
They are going to play for a drag review show, and they have to deal with the fact that apparently there is, of course, protest from some weird like Matt Walsh or Ben Shapiro type regarding this big drag event. And one of the things that's crashing the event is some weird monster.
Yeah.
Like someone summoned a thing. Holy cannoli, Frankentank! What is that? My scanners indicate that it's some kind of ectoplasmic entity, but it's also organic. It's both alive and dead. You mean it's undead? I think so, Twinkie.
We gotta think up better names, but oh god, this can also be a Monster of the Week show.
Right. Okay.
Just Frankenstein fighting like so they'll work like that, like the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla show too.
Katsuki.
And maybe Frankentank's voice is just kind of like sometimes that Godzilla roar.
Yes.
You know the one from the cartoon where it's just like Frank Welker yelling.
Ah.
Just,
I like to believe that Frank Welker was just like sick that day, and he's like, "How did I do that again?"
don't worry, Frank. We recorded it. We'll just keep reusing them. Checks in the mail, buddy.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Uh, like, oh no, someone summoned a Shoggoth.
Damn, we're all going full Lovecraft, huh?
No, and the Shoggoth is just the Shmoo.
No, the Shmoogoth.
The Shmoogoth. Oh God. Da, 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 da. And somehow, some way, we are going to get the permission of someone. Okay, wait, I got it. Oh God.
Yeah.
This can work. We have already a potential celebrity guest for this.
Huh?
This week on Frankentank, a special guest star,
Yeah.
your favorite band. A
Oh,
certain
and then they can play a musical number. Oh my God, yes. And we'll just okay. We might have to. Okay, we're gonna have to have obviously like work on this a bit before we can actually get Gamma Bomb in there.
just like Gamma Bomb, and then we just have a musical number, or better yet, they play the chase song when
Oh
they're
my God! And then at the end, they also play like I don't know, like some off the new album, like either let's go with like Rusted Gold or Egyptron or something.
something like that. And at one point, we can even have a crossover with my own little creation, which was Baphomet could come over here in the comic Satanic Panic, where it's just like, oh my God, Baphomet, could you like wrap a towel around that? Oh, sorry, I forgot. People present. Because, Baphomet's packing.
Well, yeah, he's got a dick and titties. He's got a little something for everybody.
Just like he has to, then Baphomet is just like, we have to deal with a monstrosity that has been unleashed by that mega church that's built on an ancient Indian burial ground.
That's a lot of things lining up at once.
I know, but we're in Colorado, so it was going to happen. Twinkie's like,
Okay.
wow, this this 4-star pack is really great. I'm gonna try the whole Dragon Ball set.
Okay, now we need to give names to our characters.
Okay, we have
Okay, I got a name for Himbo. It's kind of obvious, but Biff.
Biff.
All right, what do we call our Dixie Twink?
Dixie Twink, Beauregard, which
Yeah,
is
that's solid.
which is shortened to
Yeah.
Bo.
Yep.
Okay, Muscle Mommy,
Stella.
Stella.
And okay, the Gothic Lolita nerdy ace girl. Hmm. Janie.
Janie. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, oh God. And when Frankentank is just in tank mode, like in like car mode, he literally has like a hood ornament, a little Frankenstein head that talks.
Yep. Oh, that's good. No, wait, no. When he's in tank mode, he talks like Speed Buggy kind of, where it's like his face is like the grill and the front headlights.
This is so stupid. It's going to work.
Yeah, I know. I think we got something here. And then when he turns into the robot, obviously it's like Frankenstein Jr. almost, but like maybe a little cooler. Like maybe he'll have spikes and shit.
But now I kind of want there to be like, okay, if we're doing this as our weird loving send up to Hanna-Barbera, but for like mature people, okay, what do we do for kids now?
I think we should focus on just this one at one thing at a time.
Absolutely right.
At least for this thing, because you know we got a lot of hands and a lot of pies right now. So like, let's not.
Oh my
let's
God,
not
we can
ourselves
get.
too thin.
Oh God, I just realized who we can probably coax into keyframing this shit.
Who?
CR.
You might also do some voice acting too. If we pay him enough.
My God, it's so stupid. It's going to work.
I'm excited.
You're excited? I'm at full mast.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect. Charlie, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
You know, if we don't say anything, it just makes us worry about your well-being and
You would just want to make sure our buddy's cool.
you know.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm still listening. I just don't have anything to add to the conversation.
That's fair.
Oh wait, and I can just imagine they have to at some point get into a battle of the bands and they have to go against some weird Christian metal.
Can't you see you're not making Christianity any better? You're just making rock and roll worse.
Oh God, that's like the safety inspector who's there actually is just like obviously Hank Hill, and it's just strong opinions like, listen, rock is supposed to be rebellious, and frankly, you're making music for the man. You're making him praise for the common man, but not in a good way. You're celebrating what's already popular, which is unnecessary.
And honestly, you're not even doing that because, fellas, I'm going to be frank. Who really listens? How many people actually like Christian rock? Not a lot. Now these kids over here, though I might not quite get their style, they clearly seem to be doing this whole rock and roll thing right because they're very transgressive. And not just because one of them might also be trans, I'm not sure.
No, I'm just buff.
Okay, I don't think we should have like a doctor girlfriend situation for Stella though.
No, we're getting an actual lady to voice Stella.
Yeah. However, we could also.
Oh,
Do you want to go with a fifth member?
The fifth member.
Because all right, hold on, let me see. All right, so we're gonna need one person to play guitar, one person's gonna have to play bass, one's gonna have to do drums.
Well, technically, Frankentank counts as a drum machine.
Yeah, but they're a rockabilly band. Do you really want to have like a drum machine there?
Oh, you're right.
Honestly, I think the quartet works better because like
I have an idea. Occasionally, though, they do have a friend who we all address with gender neutral pronouns, who just has a doctor girlfriend situation where it's like, Oh my God.
Yeah, we have one at least. Well, I mean, we could have a couple recurring side characters.
Lobstermen are coming out of the lake and trying to capture all the loose women. You guys got to do something.
What is this? Humanoids from the deep?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Only instead of fish people, it's lobsters.
Okay, all right. Well, you got me there.
One of them pinched my tit.
This will not stand.
I'm assuming Biff is gonna have like the Rhode Island accent.
Yes.
It's just It's just me doing the Peter Griffin voice.
This will not stand.
And one thing that we will recycle as a direct ripoff and homage to like Crisis Young, whenever he gets serious, he tears his shirt off and he's like, I am ready to embrace violence.
And then he grows tits. Okay, maybe not that part, but because we don't want to completely rip off something, at least not so obviously.
Oh God. And the one point, wow, I can't believe that we made it all the way to England to go to a Psychobilly concert. To play here, it's a dream come true. I'm just gonna walk through this graveyard and oh no, I have stumbled across the grave of Aleister Crowley, the world's most wicked power bottom. Oh, I see a southern twink has crossed my grave. Oh, please don't dominate me, Mr. Crowley. Are you coming on to me? Maybe. I'm
right,
into it.
All right, so I think we might need to wrap up because I think Charlie's falling asleep.
Okay, well, this has been
Which entirely fair because it's been a long one.
okay. On that note, everyone remember to tip your waitstaff, be kind, and always rewind.
Bye, everybody.